हेलो फ्रेंड्स, तो कैसे हैं आप लोग। आज हम स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं सिविल इंजीनियरिंग एसएससी जेई प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस पार्ट 3। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। नंबर ऑफ रिवेट्स रिक्वायर्ड इन अ जॉइंट इज, करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज नन ऑफ these. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, effective length of a column effectively held in position and restrained in direction at one end but neither held in position nor restrained in direction at the other end is. The correct option is D, 2L. Next, a compression member consisting of angle sections may be a, the correct option is, all options are correct. It is continuous member also, discontinuous single strut also, and discontinuous double angle strut also. Next question, if the area of cross section of a single angle discontinuous strut is 30 cm square and allowable working stress corresponding to its slenderness ratio is 625 kg per centimeter square, the safe load carrying capacity of the member is. The safe load carrying capacity of the member is 15 ton. Next, if the depth of two column sections are equal, then the column splice is provided. The correct option is none of these. Next, when a tension member is made of four angles with a plate as web, the allowance for holes is made as. The correct option is one hole for each angle and two holes for the web. Next question, the beam outside a wall up to floor level above it is known as. The correct option is spandrel beam. Next, for a rectangular section, the ratio of the maximum and average shear stresses is. So the ratio of maximum and average shear stresses is, for the rectangular section, 1.5. Next, for a cantilever beam of length L, continuous at the support and unrestrained against torsion at the support and free at the end, the effective length L is equal to. Continuous at support and unrestrained against torsion at the support and free at end. So the correct option is L is equal to 3L. Next, spans of continuous fillers are considered approximately equal if the longest span does not exceed the shortest span by more than. The correct option is 0.15. Next, pick up the incorrect statement from the following. So incorrect statement is admixtures accelerate hydration. Next, pick up the correct statement from the following. So the correct statement is gypsum acts as a retarder. Next, high temperature. So high temperature decreases the strength of concrete. Next, reciprocal leveling eliminates. So which type of error eliminates reciprocal leveling? So the option is curvature error fully and refraction error partly. Next, proper proportioning of concrete ensures. Correct option is all options are correct. So proper proportioning of concrete ensures desired strength and workability, desired durability, and also water tightness of the structure. So all options are correct. Next, curing. Curing reduces the shrinkage of the concrete also, preserves the properties of concrete also, and prevents the loss of water by evaporation. So the correct option is D. All options are correct. Next, the operation of removing humps and hollows of uniform concrete surface is known as. So this process is called screeding. Next, if the effective working time is 7 hours and per batch time of concrete is 3 minutes, the output of a concrete mixer in liters of 150 liter capacities. So in one batch, 150 liter concrete is produced. Okay. So they have asked about the in 7 hours what is the quantity of the concrete. So you can see here how can we calculate number of batches equal to 7 into 60 by 3, 60 minutes and by 3. So in total number of 140 batches will produce the concrete, and capacity of one mixer is 150 liter. So in real scenario output is only 90%. So 90% of 150 is 135 liter. Therefore total output is number of batch of concrete into 135, that will give you the 18900 liter. So the option is D. Next, according to the recommendations of IS 456/1978, the expansion joints, the correct option is D. All options are correct because expansion joints are provided where plane changes abruptly is correct option. Expansion joints are provided to ensure minimum resistance. It is also correct option. And they are used where they are supported on separate columns. Okay. So all options are correct. That's why D is the option, is the correct one. Next, an aggregate is said to be flaky if its least dimension is less than. So the correct option is 3/5 of the mean dimension. So if the least dimension is less than 3/5 of the mean dimension, then that type of aggregate is called flaky aggregate. Next, the most useless aggregate is one whose surface texture is. The correct option is glassy. Next, a beam curved in plane is designed for. The correct option is bending moment, shear and torsion. Next, the size of fine aggregates does not exceed. Answer is 4.75 mm. Next, pick up the correct statement from the following. A. The free water is the amount of water added while mixing and the amount of water held on the surface of the aggregates prior to mixing. This option is also correct. Next, the total water is the free water and the amount absorbed by the aggregates. So this is also total water. Okay. So the correct option is D. Both A and B statement is correct. Next, which one of the following test is used to test aggregate for this abrasion resistance? So the correct option is All options are correct because all are the abrasion test. Okay, to calculate the abrasion resistance, these all three tests are being used. So the correct option is all options are correct. It is dual iteration test, Dory abrasion test, and Los Angeles test. All are correct option. Next, the flange splice in plate girder is subjected to. The correct option is flange splices is the plate connected with the flange of a beam section is known as a cover plate or flange plate. It is designed for axial force only. So the correct option is A, axial force only. If it was waveable splices, the plate connected with the web of a beam section is known as web plate. It is designed for shear force and bending moment. But here they have asked about the flange splice, so the correct option is A, that is axial force only. Next, initial setting time of rapid hardening Portland cement is nearly. So the correct option is 5 minutes. 5 minutes is the initial site setting time of rapid hardening Portland cement. Next, which of the following statement is true? So the true statement is none of these, because addition of pozzolana to cement decreases workability. It is also incorrect statement. Addition of pozzolana to cement increases strength. It is also an incorrect statement. Addition of pozzolana to cement increases heat of hydration. It is also an incorrect statement. So none of these is the true statement. Okay. Next, with usual notation, the depth of the neutral axis of a balanced section is given by. So the correct option is D, that is MC by T equal to N by D by minus N. Next, distribution of shear intensity over a rectangular section of a beam follows. So it follows a parabolic curve. When you plot the shear intensity curve of a rectangular beam, it follows a parabolic curve. Next, the correct hook for mild steel reinforcement bars according to specification is shown in which of the figures? So they have called about the hook. So the correct option is A, that is this length is 4D and this height is also 4D. Okay. Next, the bar carrying positive bending moment is bent up to resist negative bending moment is shown in which of the following figures? So the correct option is C. Next, columns may be made of plain concrete if their unsupported lengths do not exceed with their lateral literational dimension. So the correct option is 4 times. Sometimes you can say 3 times is also correct option, because when we make the pedestal we make by using the plain concrete, so the pedestal is 3 times also. Okay. Next, the effective span of the simply supported slab is. The correct option is clear distance between the inner face of the walls plus twice the thickness of the wall. Next, the weight of reinforced concrete is generally taken as. So it is taken as 2500 kg per meter cube. Next, bottom bars under the columns are extended into the interior of the footing slab to a distance greater than. Okay, so bottom bars under the column are extended into the interior of the footing slab to a distance how much? It should be 42 diameters from the outer edge of the columns. 42 times diameter from the outer edge of the column. Next, a pile of length L carrying a uniformly distributed load W per meter length is suspended at the center, and from other 2 points 0.15 L from either end, the maximum hogging moment will be. So the maximum hogging moment will be WL square by 90. Next, cantilever retaining walls can safely be used for a height not more than. So the correct option is D, 6 meter. Next, a simply separate uniform rectangular bar, width B, depth D and length L, carries an isolated load W at its midspan. The same bar experiences an extension E under same tensile load. The ratio of maximum deflection to the elongation is, so the correct option is L by 2D whole square. Next, the maximum deflection due to the load W at the free end of a cantilever of length L and having flexural rigidity EI is, the correct option is WLQ by 3I. Next, for beams of uniform strength, if depth is constant, then the correct option is width is directly proportional to bending moment. Next, if normal stresses due to longitudinal and transverse loads on a bar are sigma 1 and sigma 2 respectively, the normal component of the stress on an inclined plane theta degree to the longitudinal load is, the correct option is sigma 1 sin square theta plus sigma 2 cos square theta. Next, to determine the forces in BD of the truss shown in figure A, section is passed through BD, CD and CE, means BD, CD and CE, this, okay, and the moments are taken about, so the correct option is joint C. Next, the degree of indeterminacy of the frame shown in figure below is, so degree of indeterminacy will be for this figure is 1. Next, for permissible shear stress Fs, the torque transmitted by a thin tube of mean diameter D and wall thickness T is pi d square by 2 Tfs. Next, the strain energy stored in a spring when subjected to greatest load without being permanently distorted is called, answer is, proof resilience. Next, a concentrated load P is subjected by the free end of a quadrantal ring AB whose end B is fixed. The ratio of the vertical to horizontal deflections of the end A is pi by 2. Next, pick up the correct statement from the following. So the correct statement is all statements are correct. Next, an isolated load W is acting at a distance A from the left hand support of a 3-hinged arch of span 2L and rise H hinged at the crown. The vertical reaction of the arch is, the correct option is WA by 2L. Next, slenderness ratio of a long column is, so what is slenderness ratio? It is the length of column divided by least radius of gyration. Thank you very much friends for watching this video. Thank you.